The Shield was my idea. What happened was, at the time, the head writer was Eric Pankowski. He called me up one day and he was like, okay, nobody knows you're going to turn heel, but we want to stick a stable with you. We want to give you Big Show as your heater. I immediately groaned. I love Show to death, but that's not a good idea. They wanted to put Daniel Bryan with me. I groaned. I said Daniel should be kept as far away from me as possible because, if anything, me and him should be like Brett and Shawn. You know what I mean? We can be far apart. We can come together when you guys need a fucking program, 2 or 3 pay-per-views, and we can always do it, and it'll always be quality. Their idea was a stable with me, Big Show, Daniel Bryan, and the only name they ever mentioned was Seth Rollins. But they kept saying a guy from FCW. So then I went to Pankowski and I was like, I don't like the idea. I'm willing to do the heel stable thing. Why don't we pick 3 guys from FCW that are ready instead of using 2 guys? You know what I mean? They would just be treading water. They're just, who cares? How many times are these guys going to turn?
We've seen it. It's not fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took the idea to Hunter, took it to Vince. They agreed. You know, Vince was immediately like, who do you have in mind? And I said, Ambrose, Rollins, Chris Hero. Hunter shot down Hero. They wanted Roman Reigns. They came to me and they're like, what about Liaki? And I was like, you know, like wasn't my hill to die on. I said, sure, because it made sense to me. Oh, they want their guy in. He's the pretty guy. But that's good because this guy can learn from working under me. The idea was they were supposed to be my group. Things fucking change. They like to take other people's ideas and make it their own idea and then tout how awesome that they are. So it then became Hunter's idea, and up until the pay-per-view, they were like, well, we were told we might not be with you. And I was like, well, this whole entire time you're supposed to be with me, because the idea was they're with me, they're with me, they're with me. I go on to fight Undertaker, and then I have these 3 guys to work with after
you're setting
WrestleMania.
Yourself up
so
for a future.
I am padding my
Right.
And then you know what I mean. And their way left me dead in the water. I get beat by the Undertaker. Undertaker is not there the next day. I am. What the fuck do I do?
Right.
Pitched all that. They loved it. Things got changed. I didn't really care. Those 3 guys got called up. They're all doing fucking fantastic right now. Mazel tov to them. So I dropped the title to The Rock. No, but I was beat up and I was torn up, and then John Cena got hurt, and they were like, "Oh, well, how do you feel about this guy? You know, I mean, he's definitely not ready, but you know, you can carry him if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, great." So that took 20 years off my life,
right?
Because I'm already
hurt.
beat up, and then I have to wrestle steroid guy, and he's very I call it like I see it. He's very hurty. Sometimes deliberate. Sometimes deliberate.
Hurty.
You know, I mean, there was one time he kicked me in the stomach as hard as he could, and he broke my ribs right at the tail end. You know, and like that. You know, I never got an apology for that. He was something else. I flew. I did Raw Tuesday. I got on the jet to fly to wherever SmackDown was. Vince and everybody got off. The jet continued on to Pensacola, Florida. They dumped me. I got surgery Wednesday morning. I'm walking out of the hospital, and Vince calls me. I'm all fucked up on anesthesia. Heard surgery went well, pal. And I'm immediately having like crazy flashbacks to the elbow surgery. And he goes, and I said, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go back to my hotel and start rehab, later tonight and get rolling. Good. We just announced on the website that you're wrestling Ryback in a tables, ladders, and chairs match on the first Raw of January. And I was like, that's in 2.5, 3 weeks? He's like, yep. Prognosis for your surgery is 4 to 6 weeks. And I was like, so you booked me in a horribly dangerous match with a horribly dangerous opponent. He's like, well, that's when Rock's coming back, so we got to start that program right away. Okay. I told him I didn't want to do it. He told me that he would owe me one, and I was just like, man, okay. So there was for the first time in my career, there was a big part of me that was just like, whereas before I'd be like, get on my horse, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this rehab, blah, blah, blah. And I was really just like, man, okay, well, all right, I'm the champ. Here's the deal. I called back Vince the next day, and I'm like, when I drop this belt, I'm going to need some time off. Like, I'll burn myself out right now, get myself back, in as best shape as I possibly can in 3 weeks. But the instant I drop this title, I'm a ghost. You know what I mean? Well, no, I need you for the rematch for The Rock. I said, no, there's no way. You know, like, I'm fucking out of here, you know? Fuck, I dropped the title to Rock. I do a rematch with Rock, and then it's WrestleMania, and I told him, like, I'm peacing out after this, like, because this is getting ridiculous, you know? Oh, I disagree, Phil. You're going to be the hottest heel after WrestleMania. I was like, explain to me how losing to a 45-year-old man that wrestles once a year is going to make me the hottest heel in the world. No disrespect. Mm-hmm. Explain to me how that works, because I'm the one that's still going to be here the next day. You know, Rock beats me, Rock leaves. Undertaker beats me, Undertaker leaves. And I wrestled that fucking match with Taker with the biggest chip on my shoulder, because I knew the match was going to be better than Brock and Triple H. I knew it was going to be better than Rock and Cena. And they always tell you that should be your attitude. Stone Cold says all the time, if you don't want to be the champion, you shouldn't fucking work here. If you don't want to go out there and steal the show and you don't believe that you can, you shouldn't fucking work here. And I absolutely fucking believe that. And I believed that. And I did it again for I don't know how many WrestleManias in a row where I went out there, I felt I stole the fucking show. But this time it was different, because they were like, wow, you really should have went on last. And I got so fucking mad. And I said, you better fucking pay me like I did. If you pay me like I did, I got no fucking problem. They did not pay me like I did. They did not give me what I thought I should have made. But I wrestled that match like I had a death wish. I don't know if people can go back and watch it. I've never, ever watched it. I got into a huge screaming match with Vince about that, because he's like, did you watch it back yet? And I was like, no. Why? God damn it. You should be proud of that. And I was like, fuck you. I was there. Pay me. That was my attitude. So I tore up my other knee super bad. So yeah, I wrestled, because to me at that time I was like, this is the only way I can get time off. This is it. I have to kill myself and get time off. And I got my time off. You know what I mean? And I was gone for 2 months. In a lot of ways, I rediscovered fucking my love for a great many things that I never had time to do anymore. I was going to Hawks games. I discovered fucking life. And I started looking at my bank account and being like, all right, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't need to do this anymore. Like, this is I'll go work at Starbucks. You know what I mean? They'll probably
right?
actually give me insurance, you know? But there's also I have a very strong philosophy about the business, and I don't think a guy like Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose, I don't think they do. I don't think they look at it and question things and say to management, like, well, why are we doing that? Why are we taking a guy that you know is going to be here every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and why is he losing to all the part-timers who you're showing are the real superstars, and now people are only going to buy WrestleMania, which is going to affect my pay year-round, and now this network's coming in, and it's going to affect my pay year-round, and I have to make all these other guys, for lack of a better term, look good, which in turn makes me look like shit.
And I'd ask you, like, was there other guys that can go up to Vince and say, fuck you, this is stupid?
I mean, Cena. I've seen Cena do it, but me and Cena would do it all the time.
Right, and then who else past that? There is
I don't know. Maybe Randy. So I'm in a very unhealthy point in my fucking life. Not in the 2 months off. I was super stoked. I got a fucking tattoo of the Stanley Cup that says my summer vacation on it, because I never had a summer vacation in my entire fucking life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was driving. I'm doing jujitsu like every day. I was like, I'm gonna come down and I want to start getting in the ring and see how my knee feels. All of a sudden, I'm driving down there from Destin to Tampa, and I get a phone call from Vince. How you feeling? I'm all right. Like, I'd been doing jiu-jitsu all week, and like my knee is kind of it feels weak. You know, like I feel like I should be wrapping it, but I'm not, because I want to try to strengthen it. Great. I want you back for the, I don't know if it was June or July pay-per-view, because it was in Chicago. And I went, no, I don't want to come back till SummerSlam. And he said, well, I need you back. It's Chicago, so I need you. it's not sold out yet, so we put you on and it'll sell out, and we want you to work Jericho. I worked Jericho enough, so I was kind of like, I think I'll come back at SummerSlam. Well, no, here's what we, and he lays out like the summer plans for me. It's me and Jericho, and then I'm in Money in the Bank, which I also refused to do. I didn't want to do. Paul would turn on me, and then I would feud with Paul, but he would bring in Brock. And then this, of course, you know where this is going. He's like, and then I need you and Brock for SummerSlam, big headline match. And I said, great. And let me preface this, ladies and gentlemen, with wrestling is fake, and it doesn't really fucking matter in a lot of instances who wins and who fucking loses. But put yourself in my shoes.
I'll disagree with that.
Yeah. Well, so he goes, you versus Brock, SummerSlam. And I went, great. Who's going over? And he goes, well, Brock. And I went, great. Who's going to be at work on Monday? And there's just silence on the end of the phone. And he goes, well, you. And I went, why? I said, do I get my rematch at the next pay-per-view? He goes, no. I said, when's Brock coming back? He said, probably the Royal Rumble. And I went, fucking hell. Okay, so I got to put over The Rock, and he goes away. I got to put over Taker, and he goes away. And now I'm putting over Brock, and he goes away. My stock is dropping rapidly in the eyes of the casual viewer, who is who they care about. So if I'm to maintain my main event status, I'm not going to be able to do it by just producing excellent matches on house shows and TVs all the time. I now know that the business model has changed, and just me barking about how I don't like that it's changed is going to do anything about it. I now go, well, fuck it. I want to be that guy.
Right.
And Vince was like, well, no, I need you. The talent pool is really thin right now. And I went, tell Brock to work the fucking house shows. And this is, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he doesn't like Brock. Me and Brock get along fucking great, so shut up. But again, my hang up was WrestleMania main event. I guess I'm just going to have to do it again. I'll fucking work Jericho. We'll blow it out of the water. I'll do this stuff with Paul. It'll be fucking excellent. That can get me excited. I'll work Brock. We'll fucking steal the show. And then there's no way they can fucking deny. They can't, for the third, fourth year in a row, be like, no, this is Punk's year. Even though I thought it was my year every year for 3 years. They can't be like, nope, he's not in the main event of WrestleMania. So I did the Brock match. I did all that. And then, again, well, we don't know what to do with you now. Can you work Ryback? And I said, no. And once again, Vince goes, I'll owe you one. And then I said, that's 3 you're going to fucking owe me. I said, this guy hurt me last time. No, it's going to be different. Like, he went away for whatever reason. He turned heel. He's going to be a Paul Heyman guy. It's going to continue the feud with Paul. I was like, do you not see a problem with going from Brock to Ryback? Like, it's just whatever. But all right, I'll try to fucking make it work. I was more interested in working with Curtis Axel to try to fucking elevate him, because Triple H did such an awesome job at doing it, even though he promised him he was going to. That's the bitter part of me. So I acquiesce. I say,
great word. All
right, I'll work Ryback. And I go up to Ryan and I go, hey man, clean slate. Let's fucking kill this. Let's fucking show them, that you're better than they think you are. Let's show them that I'm better than they think I am. And let's fucking, let's turn this mid-card shit into a fucking main event. Yeah, I'm really excited. Great, blah, blah, blah. First night out, gorilla press through a table, fucking misses the table. Dumps me on the concrete fucking ground. Fucks me up for weeks. And then and like now it's at the point where I walk up to him and I go, you can't tell me you didn't do that on purpose, because you've done it so many times now. You either tell me right now you're dumb as fuck and you suck, or you did it on purpose. And he was like, I'm dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. And like, there's nothing at that point, like there was nothing I could do. In my mind, there was like, well, great, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do. So I work him. It hurts. I had a tag match. It might have been me and Dragon against Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry. There was a match where he kicked me in the ribs as hard as he could. Like, he took a shot at me, and I was just like, man, this is fucking ridiculous. You know, like I'm falling apart. Now I got broken ribs, and then I got speared by Roman Reigns on something, and I just took an ugly bump on it, and it made it worse. And like, I don't know if anybody's ever if you've ever even bruised a rib. Like, it sucks. Your life is miserable. You can't sleep. You can't fucking breathe. You can't work out. Somewhere along the line, I started to feel worse than I've ever felt in my entire life. Fucking awful. I worked Luke Harper in a match, and I got hit with something, and it fucking rung my bell, and I got a concussion. But we were leaving for Europe the next day. So Doc was leaning on me going, do you have a concussion, or can you go to Europe, kind of thing? And I was just like, you pigs, I'll go to Europe, whatever. That's on me. That's my fault. I probably shouldn't have. After the European tour, the whole European tour, I'm dry heaving after every match. I mean, luckily I was in tags. It was me and Daniel Bryan against the Wyatts, and they were awesome and they were fun. The parts I remember, but I'm on all fours after every match, and I'm either puking for real or I'm just dry heaving because I don't have anything in my stomach. I have no appetite. I don't know what is up and what is down. I can't sleep. I can't fucking train. It's just like a bus, a hotel, a cold building.
A miserable existence.
Doc's like, oh, you're sick. Here's a Z-Pack. They Z-Pack me to death so much that in December I shit my pants on a SmackDown because that's what antibiotics do to you, right?
Is that seen on a SmackDown?
Yeah, I got real mad because I tweeted like, hey, everybody watch SmackDown because I shit my pants.
That's right, yeah.
And then the office was like, oh, you can't say the word shit. Can you take it down? And I was like, you fuckers just aren't fun. Like, it's fucking funny. I shit myself. I was laughing. Vince was laughing. Ambrose was laughing. But you're mad because I'm on social media and I fucking said the word shit? Fucking grow up, man. And then I, like, deleted the tweet and retweeted, like, this poop ain't fun anymore. Somewhere along...
Hold on. And then you also...
What'd I do?
I think you unfollowed WWE after that?
I blocked them after that. Yeah.
That was so cool.
They've been blocked for a very long time.
Like, while you were working for them, you blocked them.
Oh, yeah. They were blocked for a while. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of some important parts here. Hopefully y'all are still with us.
Yeah. You're hurting.
At some point, I'm hurting, but I'm hurting so bad I'm getting 2 MRIs a week, legit. Like my neck, my head. We MRI'd my chest because we didn't know if there was something fucking going on. I'm getting CAT scans, and I see my checks shrinking, and I got to question my pay. I'm hurt, and you're asking me to make these shows even though you know I'm hurt, and you're telling me to take it easy, and you're cutting my pay? What the fuck is wrong with that? I thought you were going to owe me one. You need to fucking fix this. You need to pay me. I complained about my Mania pay. All right? I don't even know. I don't even like to fucking talk about it, you know? But I based it off of, did I have the best match? Well, yeah. Okay, the best match doesn't fucking mean shit, right? Because anybody can have the best fucking match. It's, you know, it's what fucking draws. But I was in the match with fucking Taker. I should be compensated for my fucking match. I should not get any less than Taker, Brock, Triple H, Rock, or John Cena. But I know I got paid way fucking less than all of those fucking guys who, in my opinion, for lack of a better phrase, couldn't fucking lace my boots that night. You need to pay me fucking equal. I refuse to be, even if one of them got $1 fucking dollar more than me, I was outraged. I should be fucking paid accordingly.
What if I said, but The Rock, he's in Hollywood, he brings all these outside people.
I don't give a fuck. WrestleMania is the draw, not The Rock. I don't care what anybody says. That is how I fucking feel. You want to fucking talk about numbers and ratings and shit like that. My first main event as champion was TLC, and it was a John Cena-less pay-per-view, and we did more fucking buys than the year before. The pay-per-view where Rock came back, it was a fucking awful buy rate compared to the one before, but they blamed it on Miz and Truth. That's what they fucking do. It's bipolar. They twist and bend the fucking narrative to support their story. And they have guys like me. I fell into the trap hanging on that. Oh, ratings and buy rates and this. But pay-per-view is fucking dying. That was the whole reason for the advent of the network. But they couldn't tell me how they were compensating my fucking pay. They didn't want to tell me because they didn't know. And that's fucking unacceptable. Somewhere along the way, I get this fucking lump on my fucking back. This is where it gets good. So I go to Doc and I go, fucking look at this. This wasn't here last week. What is that? Oh, it looks like what did he call it? Not a hematoma, a fatty, I don't know. He said it was like a fatty deposit. He asked me if it hurt. I said no. I said, but it wasn't there last week. And it's been a long tradition in WWE locker rooms. When somebody has something like that, Doc cuts it out. Everybody watches it. People film it. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Anybody who's ever been in the locker room is listening to this. You know what I'm talking about.